Yeah. Yeah.
Because our mass on Mount Nebo is at 10 o'clock, we have to be earlier there, and we have to drive from here to Mount Nebo too. Yeah. It means that we will have in Madaba about 45 minutes. Good? But we walk as a group because it's not like Jarash or Petra. In Jarash and Petra, it's just easy ways, but here they are some lanes, some small roads. I don't want you to be lost, which is why we walk as a group together. Good? I will walk at the beginning, Pirko will be at the end. Pirko will be at the end of the group, and brother Joe, yeah, will carry the flag. He helped me really a lot. Yeah, carrying the flag. They are the plains of Moab, as you can see. We are not far from the area of Madaba. That's Madaba over there, which was mentioned in the Bible under the name Medaba. Medaba is famous for the Christian community. In Madaba here live about 70,000 people, 70,000 Christians. Yeah. In Madaba live 200,000. The third of the people here are Christians. Madaba is famous for the Christian community. Madaba or Medaba, the old biblical name. It's not very different than the current name. Now it calls Madaba, in the Bible Medaba. Amman now, Ammon in the Bible. Nebo is the same. Nebo was mentioned in the Bible under the name Nebo. Madaba is like open museum. Excavations have revealed many old buildings, churches. So since we are just far away, about 10 minutes from Madaba, it's okay if you yeah. Are you good or sleeping still? You sleep in Philippines, is that right? You will sleep in Philippines. Let me tell you please just something about the church of Madaba to have enough time here. Because when I show you the map of Madaba, I will just point out the sites for you. But would like to tell you something about the history of the map of Madaba. The map of Madaba is 1,500 years ago. 1,500 years ago. Imagine, not 100 years ago or 200. 1,500 years old. It's really wow. It goes back to the very early Byzantine time. And why? What's the map? What's the purpose of the map? Why they made the map? Because Madaba is located near Mount Nebo, not far from Jerusalem, not far from Hispan, on the way down to the south. Many pilgrims came to this area, and yeah, they used to ask the local people about the holy places, the pilgrimage sites, which is why at the end the people of Madaba decided to make a map to give an idea about the holy places. Map of, not of Mount Nebo or Jerusalem, of 4 countries. 4 countries. Egypt, Jordan, the old Palestine, which is divided in Israel and the West Bank, and Syria. Imagine. It's a great panorama. Yeah. But the heart of the map is Jerusalem. It's depicted as the heart of the map. Anyway, the old map goes back to the year 560 AD. The time of the emperor, if we go back to the early Christianity, Byzantine time, the peak, the height of the Byzantine time. You know, Byzance is the capital city of East Rome here in the Middle East, which is Istanbul today. If we go back to the old Byzantine time, we will find that the peak, the height of the Byzantine time was under the reign of the emperor Justinian or Justinianus. That was, have you been to St. Catherine Monastery in Sinai? Yeah, it goes back to the same period. The most beautiful part of the church of Mount Nebo goes back to the same period. Justinianus or Justinian, the peak. And the map of Madaba goes to the same period as well. 550, 560 is the making date of the map. Anyway, the map was the ground floor of an old Byzantine church called St. George Church. St. George. You know the story with the miracle with St. George when he killed the dragon? When the dragon was very dangerous and used to get a gift, one beautiful girl from the town, and when St. George could kill the dragon because he was a good believer. He was one of the early martyrs, you know, even who was persecuted and killed by the Romans. Yeah, which is why when we got the mass yesterday, the Church of Martyrs, they are the early martyrs who were killed by the Romans, not just in the new time, in the ancient time. Anyway, the map was the ground floor of an old church. With the time, the church was damaged through the earthquakes, very strong earthquakes. You know, please folks, we are almost here, yeah? Anyway, the reason for the earthquake, what happened, what I know since I live here, you know, we have 3 plates. Jordanian plate, Palestinian plate, which is Israel and the West Bank, and Egyptian plate. Okay, Sinai. Are you have been to Sinai?
Yes.
You know, those plates, they move against each other every year 5 millimeter. 5 millimeter against each other, not together, against each other, which is why they are many tremors every day. What happened in Turkey? You heard about the earthquakes.
Yes.
It's that the reason is this area. Yes. It's related to the area here. Good. And the Gorge of Petra yesterday and Jordan Rift Valley. Today we will be in the Great Rift Valley. When I told you that the projects from Jordan are the best, it's not just propaganda to support the Jordanian economy. It's really the truth. Because when the fault struck the area, Jordan was affected by the geological fault more than the Israeli side. Really, our side is lower, which is why there are more minerals, more metals here. Because some people will believe, oh, that's maybe to support the Jordanian economy. No, that's the truth. Okay, anyway, the earthquakes, they have been very strong here in this area. And the church was totally damaged. Mainly in the strongest earthquake, 747. 747 or 750 AD. AD. Anno Domini, after Christ. About 1,300, 400 years ago. Good. The old church was damaged except the foundations. The foundations, you know, foundations are always strong because it's on the ground. And the map survived because it's the ground floor. You know, usually the freestanding buildings, they are more affected. Is that right? More than the ground floors. And then the map was covered with soil and stones many hundreds of years. You know, long time ago was covered with sand. When the Christians came here to this area, 1880. 1880, 150 years ago, yeah, they saw the foundation of the old church. What they did, they started with the rebuilding of the church. You know what they did? They damaged the map. They didn't see the map. They were building the foundation to rebuild the new church, and they about 60% of the map was damaged, unfortunately. So please, there are toilets here. Toilets, please, toilet first, because by the church there is a toilet but small. Yeah, and charge. Over there, you know, they charge money. Here is free. Look, please, there. Will somebody stay in the bus or everybody will come? So if you can walk, is nice, ma'am. Come with me, please, yeah? But I have to explain always everything. Everybody coming, please? Will somebody stay in the bus? Okay, it's good. It's not far walk. Yeah. So it's good. We are just on time. Yeah. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. I can benefit of the time, please. Could you come closer, please, to me to make place for the others? Thank you. Closer, please. Closer. I'm lovely, man. Closer, please. More, please. More. There are some people there. As I said, please, that this church is a Greek Orthodox church. This church was built over the old church in the year 1880. The map was the ground floor of an old Byzantine church. It means that the map is still intact. That's the original place of the map. You know, when the Christians arrived here 1880, they saw the foundation of the old church, but they didn't see the map because the map was covered with sand, with the stones, with the ruins. They said, oh, that it was allowed in the past to rebuild the old buildings. Now it's not allowed. 1880, that was before the creation of the country, Jordan. It was allowed to rebuild, which is why when they rebuilt the Christians, the church, they damaged many of the mosaics. Thousands of pieces of mosaics came to the surface, and they informed the priest. The priest said, stop. He removed the sand, let the workers remove the sand, they discovered the map. Unfortunately, that 60%, as I said, of this map was damaged. But we will see still Dead Sea, Jerusalem, صباح. Good. I hope everybody is here. Everybody. Okay, good. Can everybody hear my voice, please, now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, I told you something about the map in the bus. Even we can't see still the original map because you will get inside of the church of the inside of the church. You know, I will explain. We used to explain inside of the church, but now no more. You know, which is why there are some copies here where we as guides explain, and then you will go there. Okay. Church should be silent and quiet. Yeah. As I said, it's a Greek Orthodox church. Jordan was established in 1921 as state, as a Transjordan. 1880, when the Christians arrived from the south to this area, it was no law in Jordan. You know, no really. They were Bedouin tribes. It was common law. You know, and the common law was just responsible for the disputes between the tribes of the Bedouins and the clans. They didn't care at all about the old building or about the ruins, you know, which is why the Christians, they were allowed to rebuild the old building. When they started with the digging of the foundation here, as I said, the map has been always here since 1,500 years. It's the intact, the original place. But this church is new, not very new, 150 years old. And they damaged, as I said, the map during the building of this church. As you can realize, the damage, how some of the places are missing already. Yeah. So before I start telling you something about the map, I would like to tell you how is the best way to look at the map. Once you enter, does that really need advice or rules? Yes.
Yes.
You know, because when you enter the church, you will see the map. But in this case, you will stand at the wrong spot. To see the map with right way, you have to go around. Give your back to the altar. You know, the altar is facing always east. That's east. East, west. You give your back to the altar, with all respect for the altar, yeah? And look this direction. That's the best way how to see the map, because all inscriptions who are written on the map are Greek inscriptions. And the Greek is written from where to where? Right to left or left to right? Left to right, exactly. That's the way how you look at the map. So before I tell you more about the map, let me start with the inaccuracies, because it's related to the direction of the map. You know, some of the archaeologists interpreted that they are some inaccuracies, just theories, but they were negated. You know, always the archaeologists try to work very hard and interpret everything. They focus a lot on the small crumbs even, you know, on the small things. Which is why when you enter the map and look at the map, you will realize that the map is facing, what's the usual direction of all maps? North, very good. Ready to answer always, the top man here. You know, it's north, but this map is facing east. You know, it was considered as one of the inaccuracies, but it was negated by the archaeologists and say, by the others, and said no, it was made like that on purpose, that the pilgrims shouldn't be familiar with the directions, where is north, south, east. It was like the GPS. Actually, this map is GPS. Yeah. When the pilgrims arrived to this area, they could find all the places very easily. When they sat by the map, they could know where is Egypt, where is the old Palestine, Israel and the West Bank, where is the baptism site, where is Mount Nebo, where is St. Catherine Monastery, you know, which is why it was negated. The other inaccuracy is the size of the Dead Sea. Look at the Dead Sea, please. Today we have lunch and we have time for floating there, is that right? Yes. As you can realize. Is it clear enough like that, my voice?
Yeah.
Okay. As you can realize, it's very big. Imagine this map, as I said, 1,500 years old, what I mentioned. Let me talk about the size of the Dead Sea 70 years ago. 70, not 1,500 years ago. The area of the Dead Sea was 1,200 square kilometers.
70 years ago.
70 years ago. Now, 650. Wow. In 50 years, the Dead Sea will disappear. Which why will be dead, really. You know, which why it's no wonder that. Anyway, well, now we have to change our idea. Let me have a little bit more time. It's okay if I, since we are alone, usually we have less than 10 minutes, but we are alone. I can maybe tell you a little bit more. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, you know, let us just change the idea that the Dead Sea is dead because there is no life. No, the scientists now and geologists, the last update, they interpreted that there is life in the Dead Sea because big number of bacteria live in the Dead Sea. I'm serious. You know that the bacteria, they can't survive the salinity. They don't care. And this bacteria could help some of the cancer cases, you know, could cure when it's at the beginning, or there's not enough research. But anyway, now I try just to tell you that just the bacteria live in the Dead Sea. Otherwise, there is no life, as you know, at all in the Dead Sea. Anyway, 70 years ago, it was 2 times bigger than now. Today, you know, you will see, we'll have really enough time there because we have plenty of time later. Yeah. Plus the good lunch and the floating and the swimming there. Nice experience.
I just hope the bacteria is not something from coliform. No.
No, it's very good. Because, yeah, it's very good. It's very good. It's useful. The bacteria is useful. Yeah, there it is. It's very good. It's already very good water for the skin. Anyway, it means that what some of the archaeologists interpreted that the Dead Sea, it's too big, and that's a mistake. No, it was really big in the past. The other inaccuracy in the eyes of the archaeologists is the location of Egypt. You have been to Egypt, that's good.
Yeah.
Sinai. You know Sinai? Look, it's not here. It's not here. According to the map, You know, anyway, the directions here are confusing. Forget the directions here. Focus on the original map. On the original map, Sinai is here. It's really here. Not really 100%. It's a little bit southwest. But according to this map, Sinai is depicted. I don't talk about the copy. I show you the sides here, but the directions are not correct. Because this map is upside down, you see? Egypt, Sinai is here. That's upside down. You understand me, yeah? Anyway, the location of Egypt on the original map, Sinai, is inaccurate. Because Sinai is located southwest, but according to the map is south, maybe because of the space, yeah? The fourth inaccuracy is Nile River. Nile starts from or runs southwest, south-north. Is that right?
Yeah.
According to the map, is running east-west. You know, according to the original map there. It's going from the east to the west. It could be that it's one of the rivers of paradise. You know, where is paradise located according to the Bible? In the east. Very good. It's mentioned in Genesis that the Lord planted the trees there and manifested the humankind, and the river, the main river, will start from the east and split in 4 rivers. Understand me, please? 4 rivers. It means that it could be Nile River, one of the 4 rivers of paradise. You know, paradise might be here because Jesus was living here, and Virgin Mary, and all the prophets. Yes? Yeah. Good. Now, you would like to know where is our location? We are here. Please. We are here. That's our location. Not Hebron. No, we are here. That's Amman. Amman is here in this area. So please remember, in the first day when we passed by the old biblical river, Jabbok, where Jacob wrestled with the angel, where he was depicted Israel. Look, please. That's the river, the black line. You see here, a small line. You know, dear guests, always the archaeologists are very precise with the interpretations. When they saw this river and the map of Madaba, the Bible studies started. They said, why the early Christians depicted this river on the map? It means it's identical with the old biblical one, where Jacob wrestled with the angel, where he was called Israel. I told you the story of that, where he won with his faith. After the Lord taught him what's his size, that you are small in front of the Lord. Yeah. Anyway, here is the baptism site where Jesus. So where Jesus was baptized, baptism site. You know, please, folks, the dark colors, they are the mountains where we are now. Today, when we drive to Jordan Valley, I received you in Jordan. Yeah, in Jordan Valley down at the border. That the area, the flat area is beige. Or like, you see the beige color? You know, that's beige. Here are the mountains. We might be here, in this area. Yeah. Let me tell you something more about the Bible, please. That our countries were divided in four kingdoms in the time of Moses. So I mentioned always the Ammonite and Moabite and Edomite. Let me now talk about that. I didn't want to do that complicated. I delayed that till I arrived to the map. So the kingdom of the Amorite, King Simon, he was very aggressive. He was killed by the Israelites because he was a criminal, and it's mentioned in the Bible that Moses defeated him and gave it to the tribe Reuben. And then Moses went up to Bashan. Oh, Golan? Yeah, very good. And Moses talked to him. That was part of Jordan in the past. Moses talked to him, could we use your land? We don't turn right or left or aside. He was very aggressive. Moses told him, did you hear what we did with the King Sihon? It means that Moses was telling him, warning him, we are strong. Don't try to mess with us. And he insisted to fight. Moses defeated him and gave it to the tribe Gad. There were 3 tribes on our side. Gad in the north, Reuben here, and half tribe of Manasseh. Good? 3 tribes on this area. So that was the land of the Ammonites at the beginning. From here till here. Look here, please. That's Arnon Valley. Arnon was mentioned in the Bible. That's far away from here, 40 kilometers. Including this area was Ammonite land. Suddenly appeared Sihon here. Sihon was a king with 5 soldiers. Really. Nobody expected him to be that is important king. Suddenly he could gather a big number of soldiers and could capture the whole area here, including the area of Madaba, where we are now. You know, Madaba changed many hands. They defeated the Ammonites here. The Israelites, they controlled over Madaba. King David captured Madaba too. Now, according to the 5th book of Moses, Deuteronomy, the Bible said Moses climbed up from the plains of Moab. It means that the Moabite later controlled, you know, all the groups, they were fighting here. You see, Ammonite, Moabite later. But the Edomite, they didn't come up there here to this area. Okay, now you see the land of the Moabites. The land from Arnon River till Zerat River. That's the border between the Moabite and Edomite. So please, you remember the go back to the souvenir shop yesterday where you bought the product in the morning. Okay? When we stopped, where you bought the product from the Caesarea? It's here. I'm serious. You know, because there at the shop, you see, the shop is the border between Moabite and Edomite. Really, because from the shop, 15 kilometers is this river. Really. But we were driving on the desert highway. Driving on the King's Way will take maybe 7 hours. It's very small road and slowly, you know, it's why we took the fast road yesterday. Then the land of the Edomite, that's Petra. Number 11 is the place where Lot hid himself with his 2 daughters. After the damage of Sodom and Gomorrah. Then the king, Lot escaped with his 2 daughters to, you know, Jordan is really very biblical country. Many people, they believe that Israel, Palestine is the biblical land. Here not to be underrated. Here was the beginning. The Holy Trinity was revealed here. Imagine that. And here you see now, let us go, Jordan River. Look at the fish in Jordan River. Number 5 is which city? Jericho. Nablus. Jacob's well. Which city is that number 1? Jerusalem. The holy city. But Jerusalem, is it, what do you think about this word? Is it Greek or Roman? No. It's Aramaic. Aramaic is the language of Jesus Christ. You know, imagine that the language that Jesus spoke is similar to my language. Because Aramaic, I studied Aramaic in the university. You know, we thought it would be very difficult, and we said, oh, we will study Aramaic. New language needs work, is that right? Needs effort. We enjoyed studying that. We could understand many words. Imagine that. We could understand many words. There is a group in Syria now speaks the same language of Christ. Hebrew, Arabic, Nabatean, the language of Petra, all of them are Aramaic. Very similar. Anyway, Jerusalem is an Aramaic word. Jur, or it means city. Salim, salam. We have some people speak Arabic. What's the meaning of salam? Peace. The city of the peace. Which is why when the Romans, Titus captured Jerusalem in the year 70 AD, he changed it. He heard the name of Jerusalem, said, no, I can't say it. Changed the name. The Roman gave Jerusalem the name, but the early Christians reused the same name because they spoke Greek. Greek and Roman, Latin, very similar.
Yes.
Which is why they call Jerusalem Alia Capitolina. Alia is the name of a Roman emperor. Capitolina is what? Capital. Yeah. Good. Capitolina. Look, please add the Holy Supplica here. Can everybody see that, please? Holy Supplica. My finger. Holy Supplica. Can everybody, maybe if I can move this one, if some people are. Look at the Holy Supplica here, please. Holy Supplica. I carried that because that's important.
No, let me hold it. So you can explain.
No, brother, you help. You help with this. No,
It's okay.
thanks.
You can.
Together. Thank you, together. Look, please, I appreciate it, sir. That's Jerusalem. Holy Supplica, Aegean Youth Church, Virgin Mary Church. Virgin Mary Street. So please, Virgin Mary Church, I'm sorry if I overloaded you. Do I have 3-4 minutes more?
Yes.
Okay, good. You know, the Virgin Mary Church helped the archaeologists to know the date of the man, because they found the name of Justinian on the map, but the date is missing. The time of Justinian was between 525 till 565. Now they knew through the through the Virgin Mary Church in Jerusalem the date of the map. You know why? Because the Virgin Mary Church was dedicated in the last few years of the time of the Emperor Justinian, and is depicted here. Does that mean that the artist saw the map, saw the church, or didn't see the church? They saw it, thank you. It means they must have seen that, very good, and depicted that here. It means that the map was made in the last year of the reign of Justinian. Good. You can realize here the name, Hagiapolis Ilia Capitalina. Hagiapolis Ilia Capitalina. That's all. That's the Roman street. That's the Forum Romano. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. And here, very good. Now you see the number 2 is Bethlehem. Which church is that? Church of Nativity. Very good. Nativity, where our Lord Jesus was born. Here is Hebron. Here is small towns in Israel, not very famous. Umwas, Lida, Yimna. That's the Mediterranean. Look at Mediterranean, please. Ashdod, Ascalon, Gaza. That's Gaza Strip. That's Sinai. Here's the place where Abraham and his wife Sarah were promised to get a child in their old age, Beit Jibril. It's famous. Now I come to a very important topic to tell you something about the big letters here, big inscriptions. Look, please. You see? Big and red. It means special. The names of the 12 Israeli tribes. Judah. Who was the spy of Judah? Caleb.
Okay.
Caleb. You know who just gave good news and decided to continue, yeah? Dan, Simon in Sinai. Simon. Yeah. We say Simon. Yeah, Simon. Simon, yeah? Simon. Ephraim is over there. 3 tribes on the Jordanian side. Simon in Egypt, in Sinai. Look at Egypt. Number 8 is Mount Sinai, where Prophet Moses received the 10 Commandments. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
St. Paul the second, John Paul the second was here in Jubileum. You hear my voice, please?
Yeah.
Is it okay,
yeah,
great.
very well.
Jubileum 2000. You know, I started, he was here 2000. I started 1995. It was totally different. I can't tell. The memorial it was made shortly before the visit of the Pope. The road was just difficult a little bit. It was paved. You know, the Franciscans, they bought the land. Imagine that Franciscan property. The Franciscans, they paid about 70 years ago, 1950, they paid about 5 million US dollars. You imagine that? For this place, which is why it's not Jordanian anymore, it's private. Belongs to the Franciscans. After they bought the land of Mount Nebo, they started with the improving of the place. This memorial was especially made in honor of the visit of the Pope. So look at the faces of the prophets, please. Look at the faces of the prophets. Imagine we are far away, just less than 20 kilometers from here. Not airline. Airline is just about 5 kilometers. From here, airline, how the crow flies. Just 5 kilometers from here to the place where Jesus was baptized, where John was living. Here at this place where Prophet Moses died. It means that this area here is very, very holy area. According to Isaiah, the Old Testament, that the Lord will appear before the appearance on the Mount of Olive in Jerusalem. The Lord will appear on the way down to Petra, in the capital city of the Edomite, where the Lord manifested the humankind. That's Jordan, the land of the salvation, where the Lord will appear in the day of the revelation. Imagine that. It's no wonder that here is the beginning. It's the beginning of the history. The Holy Trinity was formed here as well. So it means that Jordan not to be underrated. That it is. That's the biblical meaning of Jordan. Here was the end of the journey of the Israelites from Sinai, from Egypt, to this area. I got some questions where Moses was walking exactly. It's really difficult to tell from the plains of Moab, to Mount Nebo. But there are some excavations down around Mount Nebo. They interpreted that Moses took the Israelites to a place where he announced Joshua to be his follower. You know, it might be very difficult to announce Joshua to be the leader suddenly. It means that Moses needed time to find the suitable time, you know, to gather the people. Father, you know that, and all people know that. In general, human nature is not very good. Is that right? Mm-hmm. You know, people, they could be greedy easily. People, they could be selfish easily. Selfish. You know, if we go back to the biblical accounts, how many brothers were fighting? Is that right? Jacob was fighting with his brother. Is that right? Mm-hmm. With Esau. It means that, do you think that the 2 million people agreed to accept Joshua as the leader? Do you think that everybody agreed? No, thank you. That's good answer. It means that it was hard job for Moses at the beginning to find a place to tell the people, because Moses was very concerned about his people. He said, after I die, maybe they will fight for the money. They will fight for the power. It means that there are many Bible studies around the area. Try to find where is the actual road where Moses was walking exactly. But according to the Bible, that Moses stand, Deuteronomy chapter 34, stand on the peak of Mount Nebo where the Lord showed him the promised land. Actually, logical wise, that's the best viewpoint on the promised land. It's identical with the actual spot where Moses looked at the promised land. The point that why the early Christians, in the early Christianity, they built an old church. Why? Because they knew that the actual spot where Moses died is here in this area. Why I told you this, I explained a little bit more, to know that this memorial, which depicts the faces of the prophets, would like to tell everybody that the land of the salvation, that's the holy spot here. If you look again at the faces of the prophets, you realize, are they happy faces or sad faces?
They're sad.
Sad faces. Yeah. But imagine, you know, now the prophets are very honored. Is that right? How many people in Philippines give, I'm guide, I know.
in Philippines give the names of their children the names of the prophets. Is that right?
Yes.
You know, imagine that how they are very honored still, and that we give the children the names of the prophets because they denied themselves. They were very dedicated, very dedicated. You know, they suffered a lot in their life. But imagine what's the honor to be chosen by the Lord to be a prophet. Is that not a big honor? It is a big honor. But if we talk about their life, it was really a hard life. You know, now the people, I talk about the regular people, not the prophets. You know, they could do some mistakes easily. But the prophets, that's a big mistake. Because the Lord, you know, imagine that to be in charge by the Lord, to be a prophet, you will think too much before you do anything. So it's why John the Baptist, imagine, his life was hard in the wilderness. The patience of Job, Jesus. How was the life of Jesus?
Where is
Full,
the where is the place where John the Baptist
John the
lived?
Baptist, we will pass by down later. You know, imagine we'll pass by just, we don't go there. It needs license and a different story. Imagine how Jesus, the torture, how much Jesus suffered on the cross. Is that right? It means that the life of those good names was a really hard life. Look at the faces. They can't tell us, talk to us how was their life, yeah? Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm coming, please. Yalla. Okay, please. Here. There is a group inside. Good. Hello, please. Would like to point out the toilet for you. That's for the ladies. For the ladies, where the lady is coming out of the toilet. For the gents, there. Again, the toilet for the gents. Look, please, where the man with the headdress is coming out. That's for the gents, and for the ladies over there. Okay, in order to know. So stay with me, please, till I tell you where's the mass. Could be in the main church or could be in one of the small. So maybe I'm very loud here.
We can surround the music so you can see.
Dirko, I will be right in a minute. Wait 1 minute. I will put you check.
Dobra, słuchajcie, te mozaiki zostały przywiezione z tego
Okay, my friend. Hello.
Hello,
Come
hello.
closer to me, please.
Sure.
بلس
Balik.
فادي استناك استناك
لا لا انا خلص
شرفك والله على راسي. Thank you, friend. Okay, my friend. Please. I try to don't use the loudspeaker because you know there is a guy beside me. Thank you very much. I remember this nice gift from from Philippines. Okay, I tried to find out where is the place for the mass. Just will tell you just right now. Let me explain something here. Please look at the mosaics. How old? Justinian.
1,000.
1,500. Very good. Imagine the nice pictures. Look please at the peacock.
Yeah.
So if we look at the peacock, we will say, oh, that's nice. Is that right?
Sure.
It looks very nice. Imagine all the stones not painted at all. They didn't They didn't paint the stones or try to do any maintenance for that, because they are real stones, original stones from the nature. Imagine the peacock. Maybe you will believe that it's just a beautiful bird and doesn't have any significance. It has a big meaning, symbolic of the eternity or second life. Every year the peacock get a new feather. The old feather fall down and get the new feather. That's symbolic of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Moving the deads, the new people, that's life. We have to go away and the new people will come. Like the peacock, that's the life. That's the truth. Imagine that the flesh of the peacock doesn't decay. Do you know that? The flesh of the peacock doesn't decay. No, like the body. Which body didn't decay? Which body? Christ. Which is why the peacock is symbolic of Jesus. Look, please, stay here, please. Let me show you something else. It's okay without microphone?
Sure.
Yes, look at the bull. Look at the bull. Come on here. And look at the legs of the lion. Can you see the legs of the lion?
It's a lion there.
Yeah, here. Imagine when you see those animals, wolf and lamb, wolf and bull, rat and cat and mouse. What's the meaning? When you find them just together, not fighting. Peace. The prediction started from the Old Testament. The time will come, even the wolf and lamb will lie down together. Imagine, which time was made? Which time?
Time of Isaiah.
Very good. When the Lord comes here, that's very good answer. So it means that the artists, they express their feeling, how they felt very happy when the Lord came. Okay? Look please at the mosaics here again. Look please, let me show you the...
So let's show you where we find this
I just got permission from my colleagues to use the microphone, the loudspeaker again. Would like just to show you again the nice mosaics, 1,500 years old. Can you see the fish there, please? The fish. The fish up to the stick. Can you see that, please? That and the fish. The fish is symbolic of... I'm so sorry, brother. Look, please. You see the fish now? I used to carry laser point, but once the police said, I don't know why. Anyway, the fish is symbolic of Christ. The fish is symbolic of Jesus. What's the meaning of the fish in the Greek language? Ishtos. Jesus Christ, the Son of the Lord Savior. Which why it's very common. Look at the lion here. Lion on the corner. Look at the nice pictures. Let me tell you more about that somewhere else, okay? Yeah, follow me. They came from a place far away from here, 5 kilometers, called Bukaya. Yeah, I tell you why they brought it here. Just over there. Yalla, yalla. Keep the way open, please. Closer to me, please. Keep the way open, please. I would like to answer the questions. What the lady asked me here is because there many people come. Come closer, please. Keep the way open. Okay, since the lady who asked me about from where the mosaic came, you. Anyway, why they brought some of the mosaics from this place? I tell you, 2008, the church of Mount Nebo was closed. Was closed because of the restorations. The Franciscans, the Italians are very precise with the construction. You know that. They are very good at architecture, which is why they realized 2008 the sinking of the foundations. Immediately, they announced the closing of Mount Nebo. 8 years, from 2008 till 2016. 8 years, we couldn't see any mosaics here. We just could come to Mount Nebo and see the viewpoint, but no mosaics, which is why the administration of Mount Nebo decided to bring some mosaics from the surrounding areas. Jordan is like open museum. whithersoever where we go, they are all churches. Amazing. It's just unbelievable. You know, here is the history of the Christianity too. And they brought those mosaics here after they reopened Mount Nebo 2016. They didn't send the mosaics back. They kept them here. And still they are here. But they are not intact. That's not the original place of the mosaics. Would like to benefit of the quiet spot here. Tell you about the lion. What you saw. Anyway, on the way back, if you'd like to look at the lion there, you will find it. Because sometimes it's invisible from some angles. You know, you will see the lion there. By the fish, up to the fish. You know, the picture of the lion is very, very artistic. It's very correct, very accurate. Imagine if I would like to, now we know how the kangaroo looks like. From the Google, internet. Is that right? Was it Google or internet in the past? 1,500 years ago? Never. It means, imagine how the artist could make the picture of the lion. Please, when you go back, it's very nice. Very nice. Would like to tell you something related to the other mosaics in the church. Okay? When you go back again, please stop by the lion. What is the fish there? Beside the fish, close to the fish, not beside the fish. And you look at the lion, you would say, "Oh, that's really a copy paste. Very well done." How the artist would have depicted the lion very well, unless if they didn't see that, would be impossible. It means that they saw the lions face to face. It means that because it wasn't possible to Google that. Is that right? It means that the lions were living in the area. It's perfect. 1,500 years old. It means that this area was the land of milk and honey. Was very green in the past. You know, the only animal which wasn't living here and was depicted with very funny way is the giraffe. You know, the giraffe is a camel in the mosaic in the church. You will see a mixture of, I'm sure if I don't explain you about that, you will come to me and say, "Mu'in, there is a mixture, camel and giraffe together. What's the meaning of that?" Imagine that. That confused the archaeologists many times. At the end, the archaeologists, they said, the artists never saw a giraffe in their life. They asked the African traders, "How does the giraffe look like?" They told them, "Big animal, long neck." "Ah, that's a camel. What else? Which color?" "Yellow. Dots, with some dots or spots." You know? Which why they make the picture of a camel and give the color of the giraffe and the dots. Have you seen a camel with dots ever? Never. You know, that's really the evidence that the artist never saw a giraffe in their life. Yeah? That's what I would like to tell you, because I'm not allowed to explain inside of the church. One more stop and then time for mass. Yeah.
Tanong ang yung kapuhig tanong dito. Ay, dagmay sila lang, magic na sa ato. Tulad ko dahil sila.
Sisters. So please come closer to me, please. Come closer to me, please. Pictures later, please. Yeah. I tried just to. I went inside of the church, trying to call the man who is in charge. Would like to know where is our mass, in the visit in the main church or in the chapel beside. No, it doesn't matter. So they will call me back, I'm sure, because our time is 10. What's the time now? Quarter to 10. I can explain a little bit. Is that okay? In order after the mass to have... After the mass, you will have free time to look around. It means, let me explain you everything now that you have an idea. Come on, come on. Come close up, please, to me. Meters above sea level. Down there is the Dead Sea, 400 meters below. Moses, according to Deuteronomy, the fifth book of Moses, chapter 34, stand here, and the Lord showed him the promised land. Okay? That's the area. Look at the Dead Sea down. Later we are driving to the Dead Sea. Yeah, that's the road, driving road. Jordan River is, please look at Jordan River, the black line there. Can you see that, please? The black line. The black line over there in the distance on the old back. On the old back. Look, please.
Yeah.
You know, on the, far away, there's like a line, black line, black strip. That Jordan River. On our side, in this area, is the baptism site where Jesus was baptized. Okay? Good. Anyway, Jerusalem supposed to be there. The mountains of Jerusalem ahead of us, but it's heavy. But it's good that we can see the Dead Sea. Let us go to the sea now, please, and then you will have pictures and enjoy the time. Yalla. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over here, my friends. Excuse me. How many people? 46. Oh, very small group. Have a look. Come inside. Excuse me. Come from the back side. Come from the back side. Come, madam. Come from this side. Come. شوية؟ لا لا ما في صوت عالي يعني. My friends, excuse me, come over here, please. Come from the back side. Come inside. Come inside.
I will go inside.
Yes, where are you from?
I will go inside.
Canadian prospective buyers inside.
Very beautiful. Very nice. Canada. Oh, you don't live in Philippines. You live in Canada. Below. Where in Canada you live? Toronto. Very nice. Okay. First of all, you're most welcome to Jordan, my friends. Excuse me. To give you the briefing about the mosaic work, how we make it. So when you go back home, you can make your own mosaics if you like. So, what we are doing first of all for the mosaics, my friends, we draw the motif by pencil onto the white cloth. Later on, we get our stones. Now, the stones we are using here, guys, there are completely natural stones, and it's natural colors, so it's not painted or it's not coloring, which you see. We cut them into very small pieces so we can make it fit into the pattern that we need. Now, when the stone has been cutting, we are actually using two sides. There will be a smooth side and there will be a roughly side of the stone. So what we are doing is we glue the smooth down and we leave the rough side up. Do you know why? Tell me why. If you tell me, I'll give you 50% discount.
No, I don't have money.
No, you don't have money? Oh.
It's more stable.
This is the back side, my friends.
It's more stable.
This is the back side. What they're working on, it's the back side of the mosaic work. Which you see.
Shiny?
It is the negative part. So what they do, I show you. They get a frame. We fill up the frame with white cement mixture with soft sand. We take the mosaic piece, then we start to flip it into the cemented work. So all of our work is upside down, my friends.
Yeah.
We tap it to make it nice and flat with the frame. So in between the spaces, it will be filled up with white cement, what holds the piece together. Now, هاي بتحكي ما فيش مصاري معي.
هذا سعر الحلة.
This is good. This is good. Every artist has a way.
Place hot water. This is the finished work here, my friends. The smooth is on this side. You can touch that piece right over here. Touch that piece. Touch this piece. Allah ينارك. Yes. Now, the stones, it's from these parts of the world. We get them from Petra, from Jarash, and from Madaba. To make this motif, which is working on the design of Mount Nebo, 2 to 3 months of work, my friends. Why? Because especially for the mosaic work, it's all natural stones and natural colors, and it's depending on the size of the stones. Whenever the pieces are smaller, it's taking more time of work. It gives you more details, what you see. Did you visit the church among people, right? Okay. The Last Supper, what you see right over here, the Last Supper. The Last Supper. That piece, 4 to 5 months of work. Now, what you see here, that's divided with very small pieces. Now, my friends, I want to explain one thing for you. Whatever you buy from here, you are supporting the churches in Madaba. Very important. If you want to support the churches to make the Christian community more helpful, you have to buy some of the lovely Christian items to support them. Any item which you see here, we ship it back to your country. The shipping that's supported from the churches in Madaba and from the Queen Noor Foundation for the Special Needs People, which you see, my friends. So whatever you purchase from here, you are supporting the churches in Madaba, which is St. George and Mount Nebo. At the same time, you are supporting the special needs people, my friends. So thank you very much, and we hope to make you happy and support us at the same time. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Is that our lady?
The cabin is very adapted to
Yeah. Yeah.
Jump shot! Oh, once more! Ako, taga-video lang.
Normal. Time na po. Time starts now.
Labat kayo, nagkaganyan.
5 minutes na. You know what? I need my slipper. Ano siya?
Asa mo nanguhagmad? Ha? Wow.
Ito father, ang dami.
Ito pala yun.
Kaysa bibili ka doon sa, yung tinigilan natin sa
Oh.
$15.
Saan tayo sa Bethlehem tayo? Sabi,
Ano yan? Binabayaran yan? Libre lang.
ay dito, magpakaigi ka na ng pag-ano.
Oh, ito. Oh, langoy. Pag-floating ba? Pag-floating. Mag-float ka. Oh. Oh, sige. Oh, anong masasabi nyo?
Very nice! It's amazing! Malamig! Malamig, father!
Ay, tika, sorry ah.
Oh, gayahin nyo si Pirko, oh. Oh.
Oh my God, look at that! I'm floating!
Ate, doon ka na.
It's done. Ano, 5 minutes na ba? Bakit 5 minutes?
Oh, mag-float na kayo.
Ay, magsilawin. Yes.
Happy na po ba? Happy na po.
Ay, harap dito. Woo! Ready? Wala ko makita. Okay, one more. Thank you. I think it's 5 minutes already. I think it's 5 minutes.
Oh.
Wait. هذا البربيس. الشاور. لكم ده الشاور. اوكي.
Welcome.
Sila nag 5 minutes na.
Tingnan mo, shining black na siya.
Ari akong damo tissue.
Ano naman, ako maghatag din.
Ari na akong damo.
Pero na si mas smooth na iyang kuan pagkain.
Itom lagi na asok pero hamis.
Yeah.